This athletic front seven on defense, it's going to be tough.
The Crimson Tide just hoping at least to get some of the yardage back here on second down. Dropping back, it's Russell. Looking to scramble. Fires on the move. Got it on the outside, it's Meadows. Big play, takes him into plus territory. He's out of bounds at the 47. And wait just a second, the official's going to take a second look at this one. And they take another look at the play, but the officials on the field were right, and the play will stand. This Alabama offense is clicking. They're set up with another first down. They send the tight end in motion. Looking downfield on first down. Caught over the middle. It's Brown. Breaks into the open. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down.
And a great job by the QB finding the running back, get him the football where he can do some damage after the catch, and most importantly, get the first down.
Alabama with a 1st and 10 here. To the air on first down. Got it in the middle, it's Meadows. Here's why this one's so much fun, guys. Early in the season, sort of a proving ground type of game for a couple of squads that believe they could win it all.
And we've heard so much in this offseason, right, about both of these teams and top 10 teams preseason. Now you get a chance to prove it. Like, now you get a chance to see who are the dudes on the squad. These are always fun early in the season, Jesse.
Yeah, it's going to be fun to find out what these teams are about because we've seen both teams beat up on weaker competition. We know they're both very talented, but let's see good against good and find out what they are.
The Crimson Tide rolled to that last first down on the ground. Let's see if they go right back to the run. They'll try the counter. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Gets it all the way down to the 2-yard line. He was fighting for that end zone.
Talking to their coaches, they said, we are going to run the ball on the first drive of this game and really see if we can establish that line of scrimmage. You've seen that early so far, and after that explosive run, they've now set themselves up here in the red zone looking to score some points.
This time, stopped in the backfield and finding the sledding a little tougher than on that last run.
This is what you love to see from your red zone defense now. You're making the opponent go backwards. Really nice stop on the run, a TFL. Now you got...
And he is snowed under, sacked at the 7.
And I want to be aggressive in these situations. When I got 2nd and goal, I want to go out and try to get that touchdown. But I do like how he didn't force the ball into coverage, didn't make a big mistake, throw a turnover in this area. You want to make sure you can guarantee points. You still got 3rd and goal.
And this defense has maxed out this pressure. Another sack.
Man, it looked bad for a little bit, but how about the defense coming through? Back-to-back sacks. Now it's 4th and goal. Decision time for the offense, but the defense made it really, really difficult getting those negative plays in back-to-back situations.
This is a team that really prides themselves on starting fast. We've seen that before, and here they are playing at home today. Nice job on the opening drive. Lots of poise, good emotion. They don't get the touchdown they would have liked, but they kick a nice field goal. They've got the lead. Head coach has to be happy.
He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. Looking downfield, it's Reed. Throws to the tight end. Got his man downfield. And he's to the 48-yard line. That'll be good enough for a first down.
Man, this offense is so dangerous, Reese. They've got dudes all over the field that can make plays. There's a big gainer in the pass game.
You get a chunk of yards like that, now the defense is really on its heels. Now you got to think they'll really go on the attack. Big play has them set up 1st and 10 from the 48. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. Guys, when you think about Arizona State, everybody uses the portal to varying degrees. Sometimes you just fill the exact right hole that you want. And this team, as they start this season, not a ton of new faces here, Jesse.
They didn't, but I don't think it's because there was a lack of effort on the part of the coaches, David. I think they...
Oh, he's got some space. Good pick up there. They'll move the chains, and they're set up at the 41. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. They'll put it in play from the 41 on first down. Looking to throw on first down. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
Oftentimes defenses see empty sets, and that's when they want to dial up pressure, knowing there's no extra bodies back there to protect the quarterback. They were able to get to him on that one, and that's why the ball was incomplete.
This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. Keeps it on the bootleg. Now adjusting. He'll try to do it himself. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. A veritable crimson tide of noise on Saban Field here on third down. Scanning the field, it's Reed. Shoots it to the left. And he just overshot his man and threw it out of bounds, incomplete.
Third and long situations are really hard to convert. The defense knows it's going to be passed. The pass rushers are getting upfield. You're under pressure. You don't have timing. And as a result now, fourth down.
The Sun Devils will try to convert on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Gonna take a shot. And that ball is intercepted at the goal line. He'll try to take it back. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but the great return to give the offense tremendous field position.
Nice play by the DB. Most people say offenses have the advantage, right? They know where they're going. They have the footing underneath them. Defensive guys, you still got to guess. You might be a little bit more cautious. No, sir, this defensive back does a great job breaking on the football, going up and making the INT.
They'll start this drive at the 33-yard line. Wide receiver comes in motion. Touch pass on the jet sweep. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage.
Got to give the defense credit. Watching film, anticipating. They knew that this offense had this play in their back pocket. They knew about the speed of this wide receiver in different ways they were going to try to get him involved.
He lost it high and deep down the left side. Catch inside the 25. Touchdown tie. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. And he'll bring it out of the end zone. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. They'll get things started on this drive from the 24. This is a designed run. Turning it on. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks.
For offensive coordinators, you see big runs like this in the first half, man, it gets you excited because it opens up the whole playbook, everything I have to use. I like all these.
And the Sun Devils, after exploding for that huge run, back to work. They'll move the tight end. Brown has it. Past the sticks and still on his feet. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down. The Sun Devils moving quickly to the line. Unloads to the wideout. He's got it. Brought down just outside the red zone. He moves the chains. It's at the 22.
And when you're throwing these comeback routes, man, the timing has got to be so good between the two of them because you know the ball is going to be in the air a long time. You can't throw it late. It's going to get picked. That time, really nice job getting it out early, and the receiver doing a nice job on his route so that the ball was right on him as soon as he turned around.
Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. They'll keep it on the ground for first and goal. He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2. So Alabama takes the lead into the quarter break. They largely dominated this first quarter as indicated by the stats. Big turning point as we head into the second and get this game rolling again. Starting off this quarter close enough to smell the goal line. Just going to keep it after the snap. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Arizona State!
The defense knew coming into this game they were going to have their hands full. Not only did they have to worry about these running backs in the running game, they had to worry about the quarterback as well. On designed runs and on scrambles, they didn't have an answer for him right there.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Top 15 teams colliding, fellas, in a game of massive importance. Let's catch you up to speed. Texas Tech is getting crushed today, and this is in front of a full house in Lubbock. That fan base should not be subjected to this. They're trailing by 14 to Clemson. Your boy KC has you covered here in studio, guys, in case anything changes in this one.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Give to Brown. Picks up the first down, still moving. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. You can go way back in the history books to the wishbone attack, all the way back to the first Rose Bowl team. Alabama builds its identity on a strong running game.
Builds it on dudes that tote the rock and do it with nastiness, with some physicality. Not one guy's going to bring them down, and you see it year after year with these guys, and there's always somebody that's going to be a physical challenge to try to get on the ground.
Nice gain on that play, but leaves it a little short of the first down. The Crimson Tide can dig into that playbook here on 2nd and short. Might be calling a hot route. Back to pass, it's Russell. Gets it out fast. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains. Alabama rolling quickly downfield, set up with another first down. Use the play fake, now to throw. Quickly to the tight end. There he goes. Makes the stop at the 35-yard line. They rip off 15 yards on that one, and they are rolling. The Tide with the 1st and 10. The short hands, it's Williams. That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be 2nd and just a few breaths away from the first down. And a really nice setup here to take a shot if they want. 3 receivers to the right. The RPO, it's complete. They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion.
This offense has become a first down machine, and that is so demoralizing for the defense, especially for those star players that are playing tons of snaps. They're not subbing out as much. By the 4th quarter, they're going to be gassed.
The Crimson Tide rolled to that last first down on the ground. Let's see if they go right back to the run. Catch in the middle, it's Williams. Touchdown, Alabama! Nice catch and good work afterwards to get it into the end zone.
You know, quarterbacks and receivers, they develop confidence and chemistry as the game goes on. These two right now are definitely on the same page.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And he did make that extra point, no issue with the treacherous footing. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he passes on the touchback. Here he comes. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Arizona State has the ball back in the offense, making its way onto the field. That deficit has now grown to double digits, down 17-7 as they start this drive. Got the first down, looking for more. Brought down at the 31 after a pickup of 10 yards on that one. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And they'll line up from the 31 on first down. Sends it back in motion. And a pickup of 8 opens a world of opportunities on 2nd and 2. And the Sun Devils come to the line in the hurry-up.
I like this idea by the offense going hurry up here. You just had a very nice run.
Breaks into the open. Just gashing this defense. A big gainer to the 40-yard line.
This doesn't happen with just anybody at tailback. You got to do this with a dude, a guy you know can roll. Just toss it to him, let him get out in the open field. He'll do the rest and make big gains.
The Sun Devils come to the line after ripping off that huge gain on the ground, trying to keep it going. Defense looks like they're about to bring the house. The quarterback can make a big play when he starts moving around. Touchdown, Sun Devils! He broke away from the defense, and they couldn't catch him.
And so many times the safeties tell the tape, and that's what QBs are studying and reading, and he drops back, and you could tell he sees his receiver coming from the right side, and he knows exactly where he's going to end up with that post, pushes the ball down the field for the big play, got the safety out of position, made the big touchdown throw.
On the run from inside his own 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. These two defenses have had their heads spinning here in the first half, and now we might even see a little more scoring with this drive.
It's going back and forth. This is like two heavyweights just trading blows, David. What does this defense got to do to get a stop here?
I tell you what, man, when you're giving up points like this and you've got no momentum, you got to find somebody that can make a play to create something. And listen, if they're scoring anyways, let's be aggressive. Let's blitz more. Let's make sure we're making them feel discomfort in some way, shape, or form.
Back to throw, it's Russell. Firing to the right, complete. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the first down line. The Crimson Tide a few inches away from converting on 3rd down. Quarterback may change this route. They turn to the passing game on 3rd and short. Snag in the middle, it's Edwards. And he's brought down at the 40-yard line, and that'll be a first down.
Well, not down in business. The quarterback's got to get rid of it so quickly, right? He knows the defense is going to be bearing down on him, so a nice job catching the gun snap and then turning and pivoting, getting it out of his hands quickly and
Oh, he's got some space. Couldn't ask for much more there. A first down, and they're down to the 42.
Every offense wants to be able to run the ball and be physical, especially on first down. And you want to create 2nd and short, 3rd and short, or just get first downs like that run right there.
Alabama comes to the line with 1st and 10. Wants to throw on 1st down. Quarterback floating away from pressure. Fires to the tight end. Got it out of bounds at the 22. A good play for this offense as they are threatening to score. Down to the 23 for this 1st and 10. Wants to go up top on 1st down. got it behind the line. It's Lacey. Out of bounds he goes. They'll mark it at the 16.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
Alabama with a multitude of options on second and short. Back to pass, it's Russell. Lets it fly. Can't hang on in the end zone, and that one is going to drive him crazy when he watches it. It'll be third down.
And he misses. How about that, man? Like, it seems like everything he's thrown so far has worked, especially down here. He's already got 2 touchdown passes against this defense. So, guys, I'm kind of surprised when he misses down here.
Wants to adjust the pattern. Looking to throw again. That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on third down.
QBs and receivers on third down, everything has to happen just a split second sooner. You're expecting pressure, the quarterback gets hit, just not on the same page with his target.
Don't even think about sending the special teams out on 4th down and 3. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Gets it out quickly. They get him down, but this offense is set up 1st and goal from the 9.
Wow, and that was just a bang-bang play. On that 4th down, the coverage was tight. QB had his receiver. He knew where he wanted to go with it, but the only way that ball gets completed is if he puts a little extra mustard on it, and he shows you the arm talent on the throw.
And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Great team defense on that run play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and DBs filling. You just can't do it better.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Dropping back, it's Russell. Looking to scramble. Just gets rid of it before the heat. He just threw that one away. Nobody was getting open. He had to live to fight another play in the red zone. It'll be third down.
That's a heads-up decision by the quarterback there. You want to throw a touchdown, but if it's not there, just throw it away, and now we got third.
It's 3rd and goal and a long way from the end zone. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Third and goal, and they'll try to pass it in. Just a hair too much on it from this big-arm sophomore quarterback.
This defense is going to have to make some adjustments here at halftime because they have been taken advantage of deep down the field in the passing game. They've already given up 2 TD passes. That was almost number 3, and we're only in the first half.
Didn't make him sweat at all. It's good. The lead now 6 here in the second. So they put the field goal on the board and about to kick it away and hoping that'll be the final points of this first half. And he takes this from inside the 5. And the returner could find no daylight. He goes down. Here we go. They'll try to get something on the board here in the final minute of the first half. Motion from the wideout. Looking to throw on first down. Throws to the wideout. Complete downfield. He steps out right at the 40-yard line, and now they are in business moving toward midfield. After that big gainer to open things up, they'll put it in play from the 40. Caught in the backfield, it's Brown. Across midfield and out of bounds at the 49, a big pickup there. That is a time-honored way to slow down the rush, hit him with the screen, and a chunk play.
Yeah, such a great job because you're flying up the field to get to the quarterback because everything looks like pass down the field. Let those guys get up the field, throw it right behind him. He does a little bit of the rest, making some moves, getting upfield, making the big play.
Inside the 30, down to the 29. Time is running short here in the first half.
Now, I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the routes in his toolbox.
And a good, solid pickup there before the defense knocks him down. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. And the Sun Devils can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. He'll keep it himself. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. The Tide crowd rolling noise down on the Saban field on third down. Back to throw, it's Reed. Dumps it off in the flats. Absolutely nowhere to go as this defense makes a third down stop. They were banking on the yards after the catch, but that went into the... Oh, they tricked him. It's a fake. He wants to throw. Pass rush coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32. I know they wanted to be aggressive, throw caution to the wind. They might have been better off playing it safe there. Final seconds of the first half. Let's see if they can pull off a little magic. He wants to change this route. Looking downfield on first down. Catch in the middle, it's Meadows. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. Ready to start the second half. Alabama will kick it off. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Arizona State is going back on offense, and they come out looking for a spark. They start this third quarter one-possession game and hoping to get an early drive going.
This offense is ready, and they're ready to take the field here and see if they can get something established. They don't have to change everything and reinvent the wheel. They've had some successes in the first half, so let's get that continued here on the opening drive.
Yeah, and I love getting that break at half to go talk with my coaches and pick my offensive coordinator's brain so I know exactly what I need to do to attack this defense, and I get ball first.
Obviously, when you're playing in weather like this, the ball is very slippery and it's hard to catch. The QB threw a bullet that time, and his receiver just could not reel it in.
They go to the Wildcat here, looking to take advantage of that extra blocker. On the direct snap, it's Brown. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
And there was no space, nowhere to go. That play went absolutely nowhere.
Sometimes you just need a dude to show up and make a play, and he did.
Sometimes you just need to block that dude, and they didn't.
Ball's at the 29. Defense can taste getting off the field. It's third and long. Looking to pass. It's Reed. Caught in the backfield. It's Brown. Tackle is made at the 30-yard line, and it'll be fourth down.
You got to love that on defense. One of the most critical statistics out there is how do you play on third down? How do you prevent the opponent from keeping drives alive? Right there, tackling the catch. You gave up the completion. What do? You set up fourth and long. You're going to get the ball back. Go get some water or something.
Here comes that Alabama offense. Handoff from the shotgun. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Grab near the marker. It's Williams. On the move at the 30. Turning it on. And he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Bama!
This offense looked unstoppable in the first half, lighting up the scoreboard, and it doesn't look much different here in the second half. They take their first drive of the third quarter, march it down the field, and score. There's no end in sight for these guys.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Fellas, a big-time top 25 duel. Let's get right to the pictures. Georgia Tech has the lead right now, but if this team has taught us anything over the years, it's that no lead is safe inside Bobby Dodd Stadium. They're up by 10 over Auburn. We promise to keep you posted on what goes down in this exciting college football matchup.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Arizona State has the ball back in the offense, making its way onto the field. They just didn't quite find the rhythm on that last drive, Jesse. They had to punt it.
I think they got to be more physical, David. I think up front they got to do a better job getting blocks and establishing this running game.
And how easy does football become if you're the more physical team? If you can threaten the run and then run play action, it opens up the whole offense at your disposal.
Looking for a man. It's Reed. Trying to make magic with his feet. They finally get him on the ground, but not before he rips off enough for a first down.
Most offensive coordinators want to be really aggressive on second and short. And I love the quarterback here. He drops back the pass thinking being aggressive. Nothing available. Scramble. Give me an easy first down.
And he's almost to that first down marker there, saying he's a little bit short. They might want to bring out the sticks and measure, but it looks as if he'll be just short of the first down. To the air on second down. Using the quick game. He'll go out of bounds at the 21-yard line.
And because the receiver was able to drive back to the QB on that curl route against man coverage, he was able to create a little bit of separation between him and the defender, and that was a big key in getting that first down.
That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
And it's a great play by the defensive end. The most athletic players on the field play defensive end. Yes, you heard me, Jess, Reese. Exactly what I said. Great get off. Great job getting in the backfield, making the play.
Wants to go up top. Finds his man in the middle. They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands. Get it to your playmaker. A lot of times they'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona State!
I love running backs that have a nose for the goal line. Understand how to get there, finish strong into the end zone, know I get 6, and then go celebrate with your boys.
Wants to throw. It's Reed. Makes the grab for the two-point conversion as they cut further into that lead.
Gotta love the execution. Not easy to throw down here, but the quarterback made a good read, accurate throw, and they come away with 2 points.
The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. He'll start the return inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. They're still holding the lead, but hoping to flex a little muscle on this drive. They'll start this drive going to the air. Dances away. He'll pull it down and run. How about this sophomore learning when to just do it himself?
You got to be impressed with the quarterback on that last play because he's already been sacked a ton of times in this game. He knows he does not have a lot of time to survey the field, get through his progression. So as soon as he feels a lane to take off and run, he's going to take it. A really nice job that time, showing off the athleticism, picking up the first down.
Quarterback making checks. Back to pass. Got his man. And they bring him down quickly, but a good game there.
Slant routes, they're good against man coverage, but they're good against zone coverage too. If that receiver can find the soft spot between the linebacker and the DB, you'll take that throw all day.
They'll try to pick it up on the ground. They just needed inches. Instead, they lost 3 feet. What a play by the defense.
Great play by the defense there, getting the tackle for loss. But on offense, your mindset has to be, we need to be the more physical team here in the second half. We've got the lead, third quarter. We want to run the ball. We've got to have more success getting our blocks and moving forward if we're going to win this game.
Touchdown, Sun Devils! And that one will put them up here in the second half. The return man takes it to the end zone himself, and now he'll give his team the lead.
And your defense made a big stop. You think you're getting the offense, the football back, but how about special teams coming through in a big way to take the lead for you, get some excitement, get some juice back on your side.
He gets it into the end zone for the 2, and now they lead by a field goal.
You know, teams practice two-point plays all throughout the week and all throughout the year for situations like that. You need to make it a three-point game so your opponent can only tie now with a field goal. Great job of execution.
He's got great speed. Got a little room. Wide open, it's a foot race. They won't get him. It's a touchdown. Boy, nothing electrifies a stadium quite like a return for a touchdown.
It's always so exciting because you don't see them very often. You got to go so many yards, 80, 90 yards at a time. What a great job by the returners, showing the speed, providing the electricity. There's a reason they're all jacked up, and it's because of that awesome kickoff return.
He'll return it. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. This drive will start from the 19-yard line. They'll send the back in motion. Not much there. Picks up a couple to the 22.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
He'll get a fresh set down, stopped at the 31-yard line. It's 1st and 10 from the 31. Motion from the back. Power football with the run. Finds enough room to get 3 out to the 34.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
They'll toss it to the left. And they make the tackle, but it'll be enough for a first down, and we'll see if they get another play off here in the third. We've reached a break, and Alabama has the lead. They've done the work to build a nice cushion now to bring it home as we check out the stats after 3 quarters. Here comes the fourth. Time to see who steps up, who makes the winning plays to take home that W. They go back to work with the first down in the final period of this one. Quarterback keeps it. Got enough for the first. And he's brought down after a nice game.
Man, the evolution of the quarterback position. Basically, you should call them running backs who throw the ball really well now.
And guys, you know the other thing that happens here is that sets up the next play because you've sort of left the defensive line gassed trying to run down the quarterback.
Oh, you got to be in shape, chasing him around all day on design runs, on scrambles, and it's just and the +1 advantage you get by having that guy. It's so hard to defend.
To the air, it's Reed. He's got his man. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down. The Sun Devils come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Leaves it with the back. What powerful running, just driving the pile forward for everything he could get. He'll be just a few inches short.
And that would be the definition of first down success. Putting yourself in a good position. It's second and inches. I can do whatever I want next. I can take a shot down the field. I can run the football and get...
Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Arizona State! And with that, they move out front here in the fourth.
And that's a really nice physical run. This is a team that prides themselves on the ability to establish the line of scrimmage. And here we are in the fourth quarter, late in the game. Everyone's tired, and a no-nonsense run. Great push by the offensive line, taking the lead with that touchdown.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. They're on the cusp of what would be an historic loss, falling as the #1 team in the country unless they can pull it together here in the final moments.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
Followed that blocking and got 5 out to the 26.
And, when we talk about great third down defenses, it really starts with them getting stops on first and second down. You've got to get those stops early in the drives to set up third and long, so that's a missed opportunity on that second down by this defense.
He's going to take... Ball is loose. Recovered by the defense, and he's off. They drag him down pretty quickly, but the defense forced a big turnover.
Oftentimes when you're playing in conditions like this and it's raining, you'll see a lot of the skill players offensively take off the gloves because they want to be able to feel the football. They think it gives them better control of it. I don't know if that played into the football going on the ground there, but that ball security is going to be one of the biggest factors in this game moving forward.
Brown has it. Squeezes out a couple of yards down to the 32. And the Sun Devils in the hurry up.
Well, they've got the lead. The defense just did their part, getting a takeaway. So now if you're on offense, you want to run the ball and take as much time as possible between snaps. Stay in bounds and let this clock tick away.
An offensive line grabbing and holding on, and they'll back up and try it again. The Sun Devils with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. They weren't able to get that one off. It'll be a delay of game. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. And here comes the offense on second down. That pass is incomplete.
And there's so much for a quarterback to think about. Stick it out in the belly. Do I pull it? Now when I pull it, I got to get my feet set, make an accurate throw to the right guy. So a lot of things going on. And I think that you saw that led to a little bit of inaccuracy.
On third and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. Takes a hit as he fires.
And that's a play on third down. This offense just has to do a better job protecting their quarterback, giving a split second more time to complete that throw, but they couldn't do it then.
And the Sun Devils send out the punt unit. The last time they punted, it went back for 6. What a return there. Found a little running room and put his team in great position. Here comes that Alabama offense. That number 1 beside your name is a heavy burden, and when you're behind late, the weight of the world is on your shoulders. Had to throw it before he wanted. Just couldn't find an open man. He'll get rid of it, and it'll be second down.
And the quarterback gets hit again. We already know this defense has gotten home to him multiple times in this game. So here you are, you're trailing in the game. Defense knows you're going to throw it. They're pinning their ears back. You can't feel very confident right now if you're the play caller, and certainly if you're the quarterback, that you're going to have time to throw.
Inside the 15, 1st and 10 from the 14. To the air, it's Russell. Looking to the end zone. And he really wanted to get the touchdown there, but it's incomplete.
You know, it's a good decision by the QB because his intended target wasn't open, so throw it out of bounds, and you can live to play another day here on this drive.
Operating in the red zone here on second down. He might want another play. Just keep slinging it. Lets it go to the end zone. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. And they moved out front here on the 4th.
And the timing had to be perfect. Down here, this close to the red zone, the windows to throw into are so small, but the quarterback, his receiver, on the same page. And with that touchdown catch, they now take the lead.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Kansas State needs to pick up the pace, but this puppy is far from over. And with this crowd there and the Little Apple behind them, I'm kind of banking on a comeback. They're trailing by 12 to SMU. For now, it's back to you fellas, but of course, if anything changes, we'll see it right here.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Arizona State is going back on offense, and they come out looking for a spark. This certainly hasn't been their best day, but there's no time for mistakes now. They have to execute if they want to snatch this thing from the fire. They'll mark him out of bounds at about the 29-yard line.
That's a good job by the drag route there, understanding its zone coverage. So instead of continuing to run across the field, he settles down into an open spot, making it easy for his quarterback.
They work their way to the 35-yard line. It's a gain of 5. They'll snap it on first down from the 35. To throw, it's Reed. Looking down the middle. Makes the grab. They'll get it to the 48. No need to measure. It's a first down. The Sun Devils come to the line with a new set of downs. Rides the back and leaves it on the option. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it. Man, what a spectacular play by that defensive end to come up with the tackle there.
And you see those guys get off the football so fast. Most of these guys are 250 to 275 pounds, but they get off the ball fast, low. And the offensive linemen, they have no chance to stop those guys as quick and as fast as they are.
Looking to the big tight end. Got him downfield. And this defense is a half a beat behind. They just can't quite keep up. They've got it down to the 21.
And that right there might be the play that they look back on if they end up winning this game as the key play in the game. In a 2-minute situation trailing, you're just trying to get a completion to get the momentum going, but they come up with a huge explosive play, and that might be the one that wins the game.
Fires to the wideout. Picked off to stop the threat. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception. They come to the line for the first play of the drive, snapping it from the 21. To the air on first down. And he can't get it off. Taken down. What a huge play play this late in the game. The number one job is to protect your quarterback, and they weren't able to do it long enough that time.
This offensive line, Reese, they've got to do a better job communicating pre-snap and try and figure out which people on defense are going to be rushing the passer. Right now, this offense just looks confused up front.
They'll throw it to the back on the screen. There he goes. He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short.
Hey, man, sometimes you get the perfect play call at the perfect time. That time the defense blitzing, offensive line allowed everybody to run upfield, and they slip in the running back screen, and behind it there was nobody there to make a tackle, and this offense generates a massive play.
Caught behind the line. It's Brown. And he's brought down after a nice gain. Assuming they can wrap this one up, guys, they've served notice early in the season. Winning a game like this, that this passing game will have to be dealt with.
Yeah, top 10 team, too, because everybody knew the talent they had coming back on offense, the playmakers at the skill positions. And, David, we've seen it early this season. In this game, they've been throwing it all over the yard.
Yeah, but you do want to see it against good competition, so that's what's fun about today. Like, proving it against a really good team. We can talk about, this guy's a star, this guy's a star. Now doing it like this on this stage, now I'm a believer.
Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. Looking to throw, it's Russell. Throws to the back. And they're not on the same page there. Just shy of midfield at the 47. The defense needs a third down stop. The offense changing the play. Takes it from the gun on third down. Throws for the tight end. Couldn't quite haul it in. They almost had their first pick here late in the game.
That play call is going to force a lot of people to scratch their heads because you've got the lead late. Why aren't you just running the ball? When you throw, you risk having interceptions like that right there. That should have been picked.
Looks as if the Tide will punt it away. Remember, they took the last punt back for a touchdown. Not going to take a chance to grab that one as it bounces out of bounds. They'll snap the ball. First play of the drive coming from their own 24. Going right to work up top. Now he's going to glide away from pressure. Blasted as he lets it go. And he tried to balloon that one in on the sideline, but it's incomplete.
And this offense has been a struggle bus. I mean, just call it like it is, guys. It hasn't been good, especially the passing game. And I'll tell you what, QB's played better games before. And I'm interested to watch. Can he stay positive? Can he finish this game off on a good note?
Right down the middle. Incomplete thanks to the great defensive pressure there that sort of threw them out of rhythm.
Well, I know it hasn't been a tremendous day statistically for this quarterback, but his decision-making has been good enough to win this game. Hasn't thrown a lot of TDs so far, but when things aren't open, he throws it away like on that play right there. He's not putting his team in a bad spot, and that's why they still have a shot to walk out of here with a W.
Timeout is called by the offense. They have 14 seconds left. They've got to move quickly here. Still a chance, but they've got to force the ball down the field. Unloads to the wideout. Pass is incomplete. The clock is down to 9.
And I'm going to be really curious to watch this offense and see how much faith and trust they have in themselves and the weather, right? Like, it's passing situation, it's a 2-minute situation. You practice spreading this ball all over the field. Can you do that? Because this is not ideal weather, and you can't make a mistake here.
Timeout on the field and 4 ticks left to go. Got to get everybody lined up quickly. Time winding away, and they've got to push the ball down the field. On 3rd and long, you'll need to push it downfield. A deep throw as the clock winds down. The ball hits the ground, and this thing is over. An absolutely heartbreaking loss. How much fun was that? I mean, you just dream of having games like that every time you go into the booth. I'll watch those two teams play anytime.
Yeah, that's what's fun about good teams. Really good teams squaring off. Like, there wasn't a lot of difference between these two squads. We could watch these every week. Love calling these games because they're competitive. Great talent on the field. Palmer, unfortunately, somebody had to lose.
Yeah, and the higher-ranked team was ranked higher for a reason. At the end of the day, when it came down to it, they made the biggest plays in the most critical moments. Both of these teams have tremendous playmakers, and they're both going to make a lot of noise late in the college football season, but give the higher-ranked team tons of credit. They earned this one.
That will put the wrap on things from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. You've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.